back to my channel. I am Rosalind Yukich, and if you are here for the very first time, I just want to extend a very warm welcome to you. I am so glad that you're joining with me today. Here at this channel, I do cleaning and organizing inspiration. I do keto. I do homeschooling and parenting and Bible journaling. I just pretty much do something for everyone. So you're going to want to just go and check out some of those videos. Today, I am joining in on a collaboration with Just Making It Work. I am taking you into my pantry, because we are going to attack this pantry. We are going to get it clean. We're going to get it organized. It is a disaster, as you are going to see very, very soon. But by the end of this video, it is going to be a masterpiece. It is going to become my most favorite room in the house. So I first want to just say thank you to Just Making It Work for letting us join in on this collaboration with her. Her link to her YouTube channel is below, so you're going to definitely want to go check that out, because I'm sure you're going to find tons of inspiration from her. Also, there is a playlist down below that you're going to want to check out, because there are going to be other women who are going to be inspiring you to get your living spaces in order, decluttered, cleaned, and organized. So you're going to definitely want to check that out. I know I will be checking that out, because the pantry is only one room in my house that needs some TLC, as you are going to find out later on in this video. I'm going to be talking a little bit about some other living spaces that need help. So I'm going to be definitely getting that inspiration to, because sometimes we just need a little bit of push in the right place. And sometimes there's just nothing like a great YouTube video to give us that little nudge to get stuff done. So with no further ado, let's get started. So my pantry isn't really that pretty of a place, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I just need it functional. This used to be my kitchen, y'all. This is really how small my kitchen used to be. And it used to be in an enclosed place. It was sort of like a room all to itself. And so when we did a huge renovation of our house, we basically took everything down to the bare bones and moved the kitchen to another part of the house. So what we have here is we have these shelves up here, and we are probably going to either be taking these shelves out, these ones here on the left, or at the very least cutting them in half, because eventually I'm going to put a stand-up freezer in here. And these shelves, I just need to organize. I can't find anything in here. So what I have here in this teddy bag and this here, this is all organizing stuff that I have purchased, because I'm going to put things in order. So let's get started. Okay, so what I have up here, all the way up at the top, I have like a little sewing basket. I have a medicine basket, and then I have just stuff for like cookie cutters and birthday stuff, and that stuff is going to be put into different containers, but I'm going to deal with that in a little bit. What I'm going to first do is I'm going to move all of these jars over to one side, because my goal is to keep one half of this empty for now, in case we need to do something with this shelf, because this is going to be the area where I believe the chest freezer, or not the chest freezer, but the upright freezer is going to go. So one of my ideas was to put all of these plastic containers that I have here and the lids on another shelf. And so that's kind of where I'm going to actually get started with. And then the jars I think are going to be fairly easy, because I did cut back on those, but I need to kind of restructure all of this. I will say that doing this cleaning now, I'm finding things that I was sure I had, but that I couldn't seem to find. And so then I was rethinking whether or not I actually had these things or not. And my son was wanting to do an art project with a fork, so now I'm going to go give this to him so that he can go and do that while I am getting this place whipped into shape. my idea is for this shelf to be for like, you know, these plastic bowls, serving bowls, you know, baking things that don't fit in the kitchen. And then this shelf under here be more for like glassware and glass service bowls and things like that. And this shelf, of course, is for the jars. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to use that shelf up there for. It's hard to get to, but then I have stuff that I have in here that I don't use often, but that I do use occasionally. So, and then lastly, I want to try to keep this floor clean. I do often pick up things like lots of extra flour or lots of extra milk, because milk here we get in Tetra Pak. And so I like to keep a lot of extra supplies on hand. And so I like to have the floor underneath my shelving free for sort of like the extra food that we get. So I'm working on it. It's coming together. It's going to take a little bit of creativity and you know, to sort of find a spot for everything. But I think we'll get there. This part done. I knew that was going to be super easy. This part, especially this over here is going to be a massive challenge. And so this is where I'm going to have to just, this is where I wanted to just focus a lot of my time. This is where a lot more of my organizational tools are going to be put to use. Okay, so as you can see, I got my shelving set up. So I have, here are at the top, my plastic containers and the lids. These are spices and food colorings and like little soup packets and things. These down here are bagged goods that have not been opened, and in the bottom as well. Most of that is brown sugar. I can't find brown sugar in a lot of places on a regular basis, and when I see it, I just buy it up. And then this one here, these are canned goods. Canned goods, and then like say tomato sauce and Tetra Pak and stuff like that. So I've got a large part of this shelf now cleared off enough that I can start sort of getting it organized. My goal is to have all the food just on this shelf. So I usually have one extra of everything. I've kind of run out, and a part of it is because I've just not been able to see what I have because there's just a lot of stuff. So my goal is to have, this is just going to be all food. And then on this upper shelf, as you can see, I've got things like my crock pot. I've got our meat and cheese slicer, our coffee maker. I've got over here, you can't really see it that well just because there's just so much stuff, but I have a food processor over there. This is like a sort of like the old Foreman grill kind of thing. It's more like a sandwich presser. And so there's other stuff that needs to go on that shelf, but it's just, there's just no space. It's just been piled full of stuff. So now my goal is to sort of work through all of this and to get it nice and organized. So here we go. are getting there. It's actually going a lot easier than I thought. So we actually don't drink, but we get a lot of wine for, like, you know, house gifts and stuff like that. And so I do a lot of cooking with it. We have all of our food here, all of my little baking storage containers and all of that. And we come up here, and now this is all looking nice and neat. There's my crock pot. I think that's probably not the most ideal place for it. So I think right now I'm actually going to take this crock pot. I don't use these two as often, so I think I'm going to just switch those around. And then once I get that done, we are going to start up here. This is where things are probably going to get a little dicey. As you can see, my pantry is a little bit of a drop-off center, and it also gets used for storage of many things that have nothing to do with food, like our gift wrapping. I'm going to try to contain the gift wrapping all in one area, but at the end of the day, I'm almost afraid that's going to end up upstairs, another place in the house that severely needs some attention, some TLC, some self-care. So my goal is, though, to get our jars, all of my jars up here, and to get the jars off of this other shelf, and to get this shelving to the point where I don't really have much here. So this little box to store the lids in, because, and I'm sure I have way too many lids, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting rid of a bunch of lids, because I actually threw out a bunch of jars. There were about 4 times that many jars in here, and we have a glass recycling area, so I took them out there the other day, and now I just need to cut down on the lids. I do have to be really careful about where I place the glass. As you can see, I try to keep the jars from getting too close to the edge. We do get earthquakes somewhat frequently, so kind of have to think about that, so that just in case the house shakes, it doesn't all come crashing down. So far, we have not had that happen. Got the bigger part of the organizing done. I just need to make some room here. I still got a little bit left to do. So actual garbage is going in here, and I'm going to take some plastic bags and separate out the stuff that we recycle and start sort of getting things to a place where it's kind of looking a little bit more cleared out. And but we're pretty close to being done. Okay, it's done. Are you guys ready to see? I have to say that the cleanup afterwards, ooh, except for myself, I'm a little bit worse for wear. But I have to say the cleanup wasn't really so bad because I tried to keep up with it as I went. So I did have 3 bags for recycling. Here we recycle glass, which I just got through taking a bunch of glass in to be recycled. So I had very little of that. But we also recycle plastic and paper. The rest of the stuff went into a garbage bag. And everything is already picked up and put away. I didn't really have a whole lot of stuff that needed to go in other places. Mainly stuff in here just needed to be put in its own place, condensed a little bit. A lot of stuff just needed to be thrown away. So I did throw a whole garbage bag full of stuff away. So here we go. Here is the reveal. So first of all, as you walk in, you can see a significant difference. Everything does look so much neater. We're going to come over here first. This was the first place that I attacked on the floor. So these are it's just like pictures and things like that that we're not using right now in their frames. I have them neatly stacked over here. Next to this is a little step stool. I don't use it that often, so I'm just putting my floor rags on top of it and the mop underneath it. We do use about every inch of space in this house because it's a fairly small house for everything that we have. And then I have a lot of empty space here where I can collect jars. My new resolution is to keep up with taking jars. It's not that far away actually from my house. So, you know, it's really on the way to about anywhere I go. It's just remembering. So this is mostly glassware, you know, glass servingware, some teapots, just some serving dishes. I do have over here my plastic popsicle molds that I do with the kids. And then as we move up, we have more stainless steel and plastic stuff, you know, that I use for serving and baking and cooking in my giant muffin tin. And moving up, this is basically stuff I don't know what to do with right now. So this is the I don't know what to do with it right now shelf. This is the I'm going to attack this at another time shelf. I think the jars need to go away. Actually, I think this one is, I think we get money back on that one. So we're not going to be recycling that. This is my cake decorating box. If I can get my finger over there. There we go. Cake decorating box. And it can just be moved about anywhere. And then on top, I did not manage to get this cleared off. But again, it's not that big of a deal. This is my sewing, my little finger. There we go. Sewing box. This is our medicine box. This is all stuff that can find a new home if it needs to. So moving to the other side. Well, first we're going to go here. And I already showed you these stacking bins. And then we have milk over here next to it on the floor. So we're going to start from the top on this one. My jars. This is our sort of birthday box. It has our candles in it and all of our little birthday signs and stuff like that. And then this is just stuff I'm not using. These are, I don't use it often. This is a cake box. And this is like a skillet that I use every once in a while. It's just really huge, so I don't use it I don't need to use it that often. And then our birthday stuff, which can always go upstairs as soon as the upstairs gets its own little TLC. So, and I already showed you, oops, this needs to go away. And I already showed you this shelf here. This is all, you know, sort of like just extra cling wrap and aluminum foil and muffin cups and, you know, just, you know, paper plates and things, you know, just all sort of contained in one place. This is my supplement surplus. And then this is just all food, more food. And then here's my potato bin and my little stacking shelves for my onions and garlic. That rock over there is there for a reason. I use that to make sauerkraut. And then I have a little place for collecting bottles and everything, but I have a good empty space in here, you know, for food surplus. And so now it's really time for me to sit down and make a shopping list so that we can start gathering some food. So as you can see, it is all done. So I hope that this gave you some organizing inspiration. Maybe it gave you some ideas that you can use. If you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comment section below and give that thumbs up, because that tells YouTube that you like this content and you want more content like it. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. Like I said, I do lots of different kinds of content. I also upload several times a week, so be sure to click that bell for notifications so that you get notified every time a new video goes up. Also, be sure to visit the description below, because you will want to go visit Just Making It Work's channel. She is the host for this collab. Also is the playlist below. You're definitely going to want to go and check that out to get more organizing inspiration, clearing out that clutter, getting our homes ready for Christmas, for the holidays. Yay! And I will see you in the next video. Bye!